Salute, salute, and grand rising to all. Salute and grand rising to all. Salute to the internal indigenous spiritual most high, y'all. Trolls, only God and your mama can love you. And I'm starting to love y'all too. I'm starting to love y'all too. You know what I'm saying? And wait for it. Wait for it. Yeah. One time. Yeah, I say one time. Yeah. I say one time. Yeah. Hey, we about to get uncut with it, man. We about to get uncut with it. See, y'all know I feed off of troll content, you know? And I know that 63% of y'all that return here every day looking at me are unsubscribed. But for some reason, you keep coming back. So I got 63% worth of trolls to deal with, y'all. You know what I mean? So I got to keep cooking. I got to keep my pots out. Because the trolls going to keep the pressure on. All right? But this morning, I want to address two things, you know? I want to address two things. First thing is, I did a short video on how Jake Paul was upset about the whole Drewski skit. And actually, his brother got upset about the one when he played the NASCAR guy, the hillbilly. You know, so both brothers done exemplified distaste for these Drewski skits, you know. Only when it comes to him dressing up as a W person. All right. So, got some Tristan guy all in my comment box. Oh, they never got upset, and you people are the only ones that get offended about everything. You people, I like that. I like that. So I wanted to first off debunk that, and then I want to get into a conversation of why black people can't be racist. You know, so first, let me debunk the fact that white America seems to think that I was lying when I put out a short about Drewski. I mean, and Paul Logan. Paul Logan. Even President Trump has said something about it. You know, while y'all are busy thinking that they're just laughing away in perfect harmony. No, Erica Curtis is a conservative woman. So they're gonna protect the conservative women. They don't mind throwing the moderate women under the bus. They don't mind throwing the liberal women under the bus. You know, but the conservative, all America runs on the conservative, especially the blonde. The blonde conservative, America runs on that. All right. So let me debunk that first, y'all. Here's Antonio Talks. Even he's talking about it. O'Shea Duke Johnson has talked about it. Corey Holcomb and Godfrey has come out about it. So many people are covering this. But here we go. Them folks still mad about that Drewski skit.
So it has been about 2 weeks since Drewski dropped this skit on conservative women that absolutely set the internet on fire. Now, if you haven't seen this skit already, he was mainly mocking Erica Kirk, bringing up how she was damn near celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, the way she always single out white men and don't hide her racism, things of that nature. But y'all know Drewski, he is a very talented...
See, now, unless I'm dealing with some of the returning viewers who never hit that subscribe button, can you at least hit the like button as you come in? That's like walking in someone's house, not even knocking on the door. Come on, hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. I know 63% of y'all show up every day, every time I do something. But y'all don't have to hate like that, man. You ain't got to hate like that. The like button is free. The like button is free. What's up, Lillian? Good to see you. Oh, I know that's my one like. It's Lillian. Okay, so if we can't get that like button up, I'm not going to answer any questions without a super chat. Normally, I don't demand super chats to answer questions and interact with people, but if we can't get those likes up, I'm going to make my money one way or the other.
Person, so we made this funny as hell. Now, this skit has this so viral, y'all, that the president of the United States had this to say about it, bro.
A thing called Happy Easter. Do we have that? Everyone happy? Anybody that doesn't want, hello, darling. Wow, this is a good tape. I like that tape. You're doing well, right? Okay. I think you should sue him, but you know.
Now, this is Trump talking about, he's talking to Erica Kirk about suing Drewski for the skit. So for everyone who said that this didn't happen, it happened, okay?
Hello, darling. Wow, this is a good tape. I like that tape. You're doing well, right? Okay. I think you should sue him, but you know, I told her you ought to sue somebody. They're so jealous of Erica. I said, you're to sue their you. I can say you're not allowed to say this. You have to be nicer. Sue their ass off.
Hey, Trump, nigga, nobody is jealous of Erica. He just mocked her stupid, goofy ass, and nobody buying the fake grieving widow shit. We know y'all smashing her. You and JD passing her around.
Hey, I think that may allegedly be true, boy. And she's an American Eagle type blonde. Boy, you know they love them American Eagle type blondes, boy. I think they passing Erica around too, boy. I think ever since Charlie been gone, they've been keeping Erica more than preoccupied, boy. You just never know who mansion Erica gonna wake up in. She might be in JD Vance's house while the wife away in India, or she could be waking up in Mar-a-Lago or in the Oval Office, you know what I'm saying, under Donald Trump's desk. Sitting across from Donald Trump's desk, you know what I'm saying? But yeah. You just never know. So I think they passing her around too. And that embrace she had with JD Vance on stage, man, that was more, man, she put her hand behind his head, yo. That usually means you can hit it or you done hit it. You know what I'm saying? That means either you can hit it or you done hit it. So I really believe that something has gone on, y'all. She tooted her little ass out and everything, man, on stage when she was hugging him. That was one long embrace. I wonder what JD Vance's wife thought about that. I wonder what JD Vance's wife thought about that. She probably looked at Erica and say, "Okay, I'm gonna dye my hair blonde tonight." That's probably what she said. "I'm gonna dye my hair blonde tonight. You ain't gonna take my man, Erica." I could just imagine what JD Vance's wife is saying right now. You know what I'm saying? But let's get back into
But Donald Trump wasn't the only person to speak on this skit. We had Jake Paul and another comedian by the name of Theo Von on a podcast politicking about this situation, man. And let
Wait, Tristan Hardiman, I think your name was. I thought they didn't. I thought they didn't say nothing. I thought they weren't mad, Tristan. I thought this never happened, and I thought only we get offended by everything, Tristan. Isn't that what you left in my comment box, Tristan? Tristan, you should really be well informed, and versed in your news and your media before you take to a platform trying to debunk something that a content creator has put out there. 9 times out of 10, we've taken the work. We've taken the time to do the work. We could point you to multiple avenues, multiple sources. All right, multiple sources.
let's see what it was talking about.
Over the last couple of days, calling makeup artists, and I was gonna do a response to this and like go and do like the full on darker. Yeah.
Already, y'all. You see what I mean? The intention behind him doing the comedy skit is rooted in revenge. Not because he's trying to be funny or he's trying to make people laugh. Out of revenge. Hate. They're mad that this skit went so viral and they see how dumb and nonsensical they look. And listen, Jake, please do it. The thing about us black folks, man, if it's funny, we'll laugh. But y'all can't be funny. I can tell you right now how the skit is going to go. He's going to put on a black face. He's going to probably be around some black dudes, talk hood, dress like a hood dude, sagging his pants, talk with slang, and just use stereotypical talking points. Maybe going to throw in some fried chicken, some watermelon jokes.
Don't forget, you know what I'm saying? He's going to have a mouthful of gold or something, a platinum teeth. You know what I'm saying? He might have some cornrows or some locks. Yeah. He might even be holding an FBA banner when he do it, y'all. He might even be holding an FBA banner when he do it. I wouldn't even doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't doubt it. He might be hanging around a bunch of black dudes in his skit, and he's dressed like a black guy, but he might have like a Confederate flag or something tattooed and showing. It'd be something that he try to pull off. It's always something. But this is why I say black people can't be racist, man. Black people can't be racist because we are going to laugh it off. Do you know the history of the blackface in this country since like the 1800s? Since the 1800s, and they still mad over he even put on a white face. He put on a white body. There's a bodysuit. He put on a white body. It wasn't even a white face. Come on, man. But we get mad about everything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what they do, Lillian. That's what they do. They're supposed to be able to do anything they want to do, but when we do something, they show disgust and distaste and disdain, and they feel like we need to know our place. We know our place. We indigenous. We know our place. Lillian, what's good with you, Lillian? How you doing this morning, Lillian? You know, I always take time to talk to my tribe. How you doing this morning, Lillian? Lillian be rocking out with the tribe. Lillian been rocking out with the tribe. Yeah. But to each their own. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. You know me. I'm ignoring the trolls and getting my work in. You know me. You know me. I'm always good. Any day you can wake up and troll a troll, it's a great day. Any day you can wake up and troll a troll, it's a great day. It's a great day. All right. So, look back into this a little bit, then we're gonna get into our discussion. You know, as we come in, ladies and gentlemen, let's hit that like button. Y'all gonna want some questions answered. I'm probably one of the only guys on the internet who interact with their chat. You know, so if we can't get that like button up, I'm not answering no questions or reading no comments that don't come in with a super chat. I'm just letting you know.
Gonna bring up some father jokes. It's gonna be the same shit. We literally know how this skit is gonna go. Jake, you're not a likable person. You're not funny. All the biggest gonna eat it up, yeah. And we gonna make fun of you. Then it's just
Now I beg to differ. You just said Jake isn't funny. I beg to differ. I beg to differ. But it was so funny watching Anthony Joshua knock his butt around that ring. It was so funny seeing him hold on to AJ legs. Yeah, that was funny. So yeah, he do got a funny side. And it was funny watching him all swole up like he had a face growing out of his face, a broke jaw. You know what I'm saying? Looked like something wrong with one of his eyeball sockets, and he had a concussion in the hospital bed, and he got some teeth knocked out. No, I disagree. Jake kind of funny. That was his funniest moment. That was his funniest moment.
gonna die down. It ain't gonna do the shit that the levels that it did with Drewski.
And do it and just do it back, because why not? Yeah. Like, are we on the same playing field? Like,
I'm sorry to pause. He talking about do it back. Back in Halloween of 2025, it was so many people on Twitter doing blackface. So many of these big right-wing conservative YouTube pages. I'm gonna show y'all because like they do this shit all the time, but nobody really cared. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I think if there's a way to do it, I think they're
Iron Man.
Frontier Fiber 5 gig internet, because every millisecond counts and every frame matters.
You know what I'm saying? That's not even his name, but he played Iron Man. You know, it was a movie named Tropic Thunder. But I mean, that nobody got outraged about that because it was funny, and they didn't use any like stereotypical talking points, right? It wasn't. Nobody cared. It's comedy. That's the thing. If you're funny, you can get away with things, but you people aren't funny. Y'all just want to use this as an excuse to be racist. And even going back to the origins of blackface, blackface was meant to mock black people and be racist. It literally has origins in that, and y'all started that shit. So they love to try to flip things, right? They love to try to say, "Oh, you're being."
Yo, they was putting blackface on postcards and postage stamps. You know, they was doing live TV shows coming out in blackface, y'all. You know what I'm talking? Coming out in blackface. They've been doing this since the beginning of time, and they still mad Trump Johnson. You should sue him. You should make him talk nice about you. Displaying a blackface ain't really putting a good message out there about black people. So it's only bad when it's done to them. Grand Rising, Grand Rising. So it's only bad when it's done to them. And they feel like they can do anything they want to do and get away with it, and they are above reproach. It's 2026. It's a new day. It's a new day. It is a new day. You know what I'm saying? Real talk, boy. If you can dish it, you can take it. Real talk. Real talk. Let's hit that like button, ladies and gentlemen.
Being racist, like trying to call black people racist. How? We can be prejudiced, I guess, but black people racist, huh? We never lynched people. We never burned people alive. We never ate them. But wait, what are you talking about? We never wiped out and colonized entire countries. We never dropped nuclear bombs onto people. Like, how can we be racist? I'm sorry. So it's like you gotta really pay attention. They always try to flip things, calling people black supremacists. What? No, bro. They just don't like to be held accountable.
needs to be some black support. Like I'm saying, like say if Drewski or
Charles Barkley.
If you got one of those guys to be like, hey,
But still, that's pussy. No.
Hold on, Jake, you just want to be racist, bro. You know what I'm saying? Do it. Just go ahead and blacklist yourself. Ironically, do a blackface, get blacklisted. Do it. Yes, Jake, I want you to do it. If it's funny, I'll laugh, but it ain't gonna be funny.
Drewski just dropped this. And he's done it a couple of times.
Exactly.
Actually.
This is how humans should be.
I agree.
We should fucking make fun of each other. And I don't see in color, I see in truth and comedy. What are we talking about?
So you're saying
What era are we living in?
This is what I mean. I don't know if they're like willfully being ignorant, but y'all been doing this. I mean, like I said, this is what it started from. Like y'all invent all of these things, racism, blackface, and then they want to cry about it. Y'all started this shit. What are you talking about?
He said he was gonna go darker. He said he was gonna go darker. Now he's, oh well, this is America. We should be able to make fun of each other. That's your disclaimer because you know you're gonna get blacklisted and blackballed if you do it, and we know exactly why you're responding. Now, I know I have 63% of returning viewers who don't subscribe to the page. Please hit the like button. I don't know if I have 63% worth of trolls, but y'all keep coming back. There's many people in the room right now. Can we get the likes up, please? All right. Brother Tyron Newsom says, if you sue Drewski for that skit, then you have to sue SNL for defamation of every celebrity because they do it every Saturday night. Exactly. But they never want to be held accountable. And he just brought up my talking point, and he actually really had my talking point. I hadn't watched his video. I just know how his videos are. So I knew it was going to be to the degree of what I was saying about Jake Paul. But he said it. Black people can't be racist. You know, you always hear W people all the time saying, oh, you're a racist. No, you sound ignorant. Black people can't be racist. We can be prejudiced, yes. And we can be prejudiced against our own people. Prejudice just means there's something about someone you don't like. Race is dealing with ethnicity. It's dealing with something specific, something distinct. You know, Black people can't be racist. And I hear W people say this all the time. Like when they come in here trolling, and I get right back on them. And anyone who follows me know that, hey, I'm going to give you a chance. But if you come in here with it in that chat, I'm going to roast you. I'm going to get you. And I'm going to hurt your feelings. And I'm going to return the energy. I'm going to reciprocate the energy. You know, I'm not racist. I like to have fun and laugh. And I love watching trolls get trolled. I love trolling trolls. I love how they come in and they begin to want to ruin your day and they think they're being funny and you think you don't notice their comments. And then you'll let 2 or 3 slide by and you just start cooking them. Now all of a sudden you racist. But everything I say, I can back up. Everything I say, I can back up. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Underground, your mama got a screw-on penis. You know what I'm saying? Prejudice is not racist. Prejudice is not racist. See, you're uninformed. Prejudice is not racist. Look at the 2 words, idiot. Race. You can't get racist without race. Race, which deals with ethnicity. You talking about start playing word games, you need to get a vocab. Get a dictionary, an encyclopedia, a thesaurus or something soon. You should be visiting Wikipedia every day. Every day. Racism deals with race. Deals with race. Prejudice deals with something you don't like about someone. You could be prejudiced against your neighbor because they drive a 2026 and you still riding your bicycle since 10th grade. So you're prejudiced against your neighbor because he has an automobile and you don't, with your brokenness. Try to have all this sense. Ignorant people should not speak up. When you know you have a very low IQ and you don't quite think things through, you shouldn't speak up because intellectual people are gonna see right through it. You should take time to think from every avenue before you say something on here. Before you say something. So look up the definition. So look it up. You have a phone in your hand. You have a phone in your hand. I don't take orders, I give orders, homie. I don't take orders, I give orders. Black people can't be racist. Watch this. I love those type of W people right there. He's already in his feelings, right? And I'm going to show y'all the only time these people do show accountability is when they get angry. Is when they get angry. That's their guilt. I tell y'all this every time because somebody always comes in here displaying that same behavior. Y'all done had so long to rethink your racist process. You understand what I'm saying? And to deal with your emotions, and you still do the same thing every time. When you gonna switch your game up, man? A wheel ain't even square no more. It's round. When you gonna switch your game up? When? Get out of your feelings, man. Get out of your emotions. Be accountable, fool. Black people can't be racist. Name one policy, one law that we put into place, to hate on a group of people. Let's say you people. Since y'all like to throw around the term you people, it's reciprocated. Let's say you people. What black policy, what black law, what black sundown town is it? Please name one. What did black people ever do to oppress you? What black people around here lynching white people? How many black Karens do you see when you come to a black neighborhood? I just want to know. I just want to know. See, y'all ignorant. You don't think things through. Black people can be prejudiced, but black people can't be racist. That's exclusively for W people. That's exclusively for W people. What was Reconstruction? What was segregation? What was chattel slavery? What was the Middle Passage? Why did we need the civil rights movement? Who did that benefit? Who was mad about DEI and affirmative action? What black laws, what black policies, what oppression do we put any group of people through because of the race of their skin? But if I was to reciprocate this question and ask you W folks that, then you'd be mad about the truth because you don't know how to be accountable. Therefore, exercising the logic that I just exemplified to you, we can't be deemed racist. We can be prejudiced because of all the things that you W people have taken us through with your racial intentions. But we can't be prejudiced. Look, that's something else that y'all always do. You mad? Y'all can't get me mad. The sun smiles at me. The sun is not my enemy. Understand, y'all can't get me mad. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can't get me mad. That's your everyday intentions. What you're gonna do is get some facts put on you and some history put on you, and you're not gonna like it. And then you're gonna be putting the N word all down the screen, and then you're gonna be calling me racist. Black people can't be racist. We can have an observation. We can have an observation, but nah, we can't be racist. Racism is reserved exclusively for non-black people. Non-black people. Every other group of people can be racist. Not black people. We've been treated the worst by you racists. We've been treated the worst by you racists. So we can respond to your racism. We can reciprocate your energy. We can damn sure be prejudiced. You know, we could be fun and loving people too. It's just a lot of you racists don't take time to figure that out because you're just born in racism. A lot of y'all was swimming around in your mama's stomachs, man, holding your swastika flags already. We understand. You know what I'm saying? We understand. We understand y'all don't know nothing about unity. Y'all be the main one screaming, oh, you causing division and hate. We need to unify. But y'all are the ones with the sundown town. Y'all are the ones building all white communities. Y'all are the ones constantly in black people's business. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to throw rocks at our house instead of fixing your own. Y'all are the main ones that want to come over here and perpetuate a 1350 lie, knowing that we're 13% of the population and 50% exonerated. But when we tell you 2977 that your white men make up 29% of your population and 77% of all child charges and S crimes in this country. They're convicted at 77%. Now I'm racist. There's a problem. See, only when it benefits you and make you look good. Only when it benefits you and make you look good. And I'm not worried about your comments today because I know how to look past them. I usually use it for entertainment. You know what I'm saying? I I love to be that guy that interacts with his chat. But today, unless your name is coming up in blue as a moderator, or if it's coming behind a super chat, I'll read it. But other than that, no comments today. Don't matter. It's about me today. I'm gonna speak and be heard. Y'all come in all the time. I love the racist stuff y'all are putting out here because that lets me know that I'm getting to you. See, the truth hurts. No one in this country has hurt a group of people more than you people. And you're still hurting people. You're still hurting people. Still hurting people. To this day. And you're unaccountable, which is why you suffer from skin cancer at the highest rate of anyone in this country, which is why globally no one likes you and or respects you. You know, it's because of your lineage. It's because of your mindset. Y'all just don't. I'm not. See, white folks are good folks, but white people, man, that's them demons, man. White folks are great folks, but white people, damn demonic, damn pedos, damn pervs, damn unaccountable SOBs, man. That's what they are. You know what I'm saying? That's what they are. Ooh, I know y'all mad because a lot of us grew up with our fathers in our lives. Ooh, I know y'all mad. I know a lot of W people that didn't have fathers in their lives. You know what I'm saying? I was around to see their parents divorce. Yeah. Yeah, I was around to see their parents divorce. I know lots of white people, you know what I'm saying? Just like I know lots of white people that get food stamps too. And I know them W people lead the way in that EBT and that SNAP. And I know they had a 400-year head start. But when they hear stuff like that, they don't like the truth. They don't like the truth. You know, they can't accept the truth that they're the only group of people that go around trying to colonize and take from everybody. They can't accept the truth that they're the only ones that has a history of spreading disease and stealing land and unaliving people and lynching people and bringing homosexual activities and changing religion and changing time and changing calendars and destroying the earth. See, they won't own up to that. They won't own up to that. They won't own up to that. They won't own up to the fact that they have children just to mess with their children as slaves. Yeah, J Dub, they won't own up to that. They'll say I'm racist and I'm factual. A black person can't be racist. A black person can't be racist. Not at all. It's not in our repertoire. Again, we could be prejudiced. We could be observant. We can have an awareness. But nah, racism, racist, that is exclusively reserved for the white community. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all are the only ones who ever exemplified that amount of hate due to someone's complexion. Y'all are the only ones. Look at Black Wall Street. Who destroyed that? W people. Slavery. Who did that benefit? W people. And the Arabs too, to be fair. You know what I'm saying? But W people. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm stupid now because I'm telling the truth. Look, so I told you they don't like to be accountable, but thank you for showing accountability through. See, I told you when I started cooking with the truth and facts and history. Look how y'all get, man. You know what I'm saying? Look how y'all get, man. I promise to God y'all lead the way in all of that. Y'all don't believe me? Watch this. Look how y'all get when I start cooking you with the truth. Tell me why. I ain't saying nothing racist, and y'all in here being racist. See what I'm talking about? See why racism is exclusively reserved for you guys and you guys only? I haven't said anything racist yet. Y'all throwing all the racism in the comments right now because I'm hitting you with historical facts. Historical facts. Who's unalived most presidents in this country? You guys, 3 to be precise. And you tried with Trump. You shouldn't have missed. You shouldn't have missed, but you tried with Trump too. He would have been 4 had you not missed. You caught the ear. Who did it to Charlie Kirk? You guys. I guess I'm being racist because I'm telling the truth. Yeah, 3 times with Trump. I guess I'm being racist because I'm telling the truth. Who does the most public unalivings, y'all? Who be taking them Obamas out in public and walking up in churches and Walgreens and Walmart and schools and stuff? Who take them Obamas out there? If you follow me long enough, you know what I mean by Obama's the brah, brah, brah. Who do that, y'all? Who lead the way in that? Who lead the way in that? Who lead it? I said white folks are good, but white people are your demons and your pedos. Open your ears and listen. Open these and listen. I said white folks are great loving people. We rock with good white folks. But I said white people is your lineage of evil, the demons and the pedos. There's a difference. Same thing with black people, black folks. Same thing. Y'all be so in your feelings, got your little heart rate up. Y'all know you got your heart monitors on. You know what I'm saying? Why y'all get your heart rate up like that when you turn all strawberry red and stuff? Why y'all do that? If you take time to listen, rather than conforming to racism all the time, I think we'd be able to build a bridge and communicate. But y'all be so in y'all feelings till your cheeks look skittled. Your cheeks look like this bag of Skittles, man. Your whole face is like this bag of Skittles right now. And all you gotta do is take time to listen. You know what I'm saying? I said white folks. White folks, black folks, Spanish folks, great folks. White people, black people, Spanish people, F them. Real talk. F them. Please help me get out of YouTube jail with engagement. Thank you for supporting content creators. I'm in YouTube jail right now in Asia. Thank you for supporting content creators, even when it's not me. Yeah, I like to support everybody. You know what I'm saying? I like to support everybody. But no one understands, you know what I'm saying? No one takes time to listen. Y'all jump straight to racism, man. And then when we respond with history and facts, then you jump to racism again. This is exactly why I said black people cannot be racist. You know what I'm saying? Black people can't be racist. Look how I just took all of that racism from y'all and I laughed about it because I know what to expect from y'all. You know what I'm saying? This is what history tells us about you guys. But you have great white folks who understand and who don't rock out that way. Like you have good black folks who ain't out here bothering people and being in and out of jail. They raising their families. You know what I'm saying? They taking care of their business and they going about their day as productive citizens. You know what I'm saying? Productive citizens. That's what that is. Y'all can't, boy, y'all can't handle the truth. You can't handle the truth. There's a difference between white people and white folks. There's a difference between black people and black folks. There's a difference. I don't even want to be stuck with black people, but I love black folks. I don't even want to be stuck with black people. Black people gonna have you in and out of drama, in and out of jail, court cases, all kind of crap. But black folks, they chilling. You know what I'm saying? They chilling. They chilling. White people, well, they gonna do exactly what a lot of people are right here are doing with the racism. You know what I'm saying? But white folks, they ain't on that, man. Most white folks got black in their family, mixed children, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Most white folks grew up around black people, so they understand the culture. So it ain't everybody. It's just you racist W people, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just you racist W people. And I don't understand for the love of your God, and I don't love your God. You know what I'm saying? Because he ain't got no love in him. He did more dirt than the devil in the Bible. He did more dirt than the devil in the Bible. First, Alicia, you always been rocking with me. And Alicia, I thought I made you a moderator. I know exactly who you are right now. I know exactly who you are. You won't get away from me today. I know exactly who you are. Welcome to the tribe and welcome to the family, Alicia. I know exactly who you are. I know exactly who you are. But Alicia, we always had these type of conversations, don't we? And it's always them that come. None of the racism starts until they come in. None of the homosexual stuff starts until they come in. You know what I mean? None of that start until they come in. You know, real talk. We not built to hate anyone. You know what I'm saying? We're not built to right, Alicia. Thank you. We're not built to hate anyone. You know what I'm saying? Nope, you got that wrong. See, there you go. 13% commit 65 of violent crime. No, you're wrong. You're wrong again. See, there it is. That's all cap, homie. You're all wrong. Try this. We make up 13% of the population and we are exonerated at 50% of all falsely accused crimes. Try that. And we are compensated the most as well. You know who's arrested the most? You guys. You know what you're arrested for? 2977 is a bigger number than 1350. 29% of the white community are made up of white men. 77% of the white men are convicted of child charges and S crimes in this country. But you ain't got to take my word for it, though. Here we go, y'all. See, Alicia, don't they always do this? I don't understand this for the love of God. I don't understand this I don't get it. I told you, boy, y'all will never be accountable, man. Y'all will never be accountable. Don't none of the racism, homosexual stuff, none of the slurs start until y'all come in. Until y'all come in. But it's all good. It's all good. I'm glad you keep coming back for some reason. I know I have 60 something percent worth of people who come see me every time I'm live, but they don't hit that subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? Who don't hit that subscribe button. Alicia say, I don't get it, but it's that right. Alicia, it always happens. You know what I'm saying? It always happens. J Dub, when does all the racism and the homosexual stuff start when I'm live? J Dub, when does all of that start, my man? Watch this. Watch what J Dub says. You know what I'm saying? Watch what J Dub says. Watch what J Dub says. J Dub, when does all of that racism and homosexual stuff start, man? When I'm live, when does it start? When the devils come in. I told you, black people can't be racist. We don't wake up like that, man. You know what I'm saying? We don't wake up like that. They not gonna get them likes up. Those haters, man. Those are all people who come back and never subscribe, but they don't realize they still helping me. They're giving me views. You know what I'm saying? They sticking around, so I'm getting paid for it regardless. You might as well hit the like button. You're in here. Whether you like the content or not. You know what I'm saying? Whether you like the content or not. But this is what they do. You know what I'm saying? This is what they do. Okay, how to spell Mark. Who are you referring to? How to spell Mark. Who are you referring to? I've been seeing your comments. Shows beware were buried. What? Oh, trolls. You're trying to say trolls. Oh, gotcha, 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 gotcha. No, but for some reason, it's always they wake up like this, man. They wake up like I don't get it. I could not wake up every day with that type of hate in my heart. But I am gonna say I enjoy you racist trolls though. I have fun with y'all because I like to laugh. See, I'm that comedian when I'm on stage. I didn't bring any content. I'm gonna pick somebody out of that crowd and I'm gonna roast the hell out of them. I might roast them till they get up and walk right out of the show. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like that with y'all in here. Y'all think I be mad? I don't be mad. I roast y'all. I like to have fun. I love the fact how a troll thinks they can come in and live rent free in your mind and change your energy. And then when you respond and you put it back on them factually and you're funnier than they are and you embarrass them and cook them, now they're mad and calling you racist. I just think it's funny. So I have fun with it. I do reciprocate the energy. Yes. You get racist with me, boy. Listen, I'm gonna go there with you. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be like some hot skillets up in here, but I'm roasting you, having fun, and cooking you factually. Because no matter what, you can't deny the truth. No matter how much you try to rewrite history or hide history, no matter how many books you burn, no matter you can't hide, you can't get away from it. You can't escape it. You cannot escape the truth. See, y'all think the unknown isn't known. Truth is, we've known forever. You know what I'm saying? We've known forever. We've been black all our life. You don't think that we've encountered this with all you people all the time throughout our black lives? You don't think we paid attention? You don't think we know? You don't think we're gonna respond? But we respond by telling the truth, and when we tell the truth, y'all get all in the little feelings that you don't have. And then you want to see you should spread love and not hate. When have y'all ever spread love? Y'all don't spread love when you come in here. Spreading love is hitting the like button. Spreading love is learning how to listen. rather than jump into an assumption. Spread love is not showing racism every time you come in here. That's spreading love. Y'all don't do that. Y'all spread hate and homosexuality and diseases and mistruths and all of that. That's your lineage. That's your lineage. Y'all spread selfishness. There's no unity. It's all about y'all. Why do you think y'all needed slavery? Why do you think y'all get mad we mention reparations? Because y'all are the ones living great off the backs of slaves and unpaid debt. But when we mention that, now you're mad and in your feelings. But you wouldn't have what you have if it weren't for the sweat of an indigenous black man or woman. Now, those are facts, and you're going to get mad about that. You're going to get mad about that. And those are straight facts. White people cannot survive without black people, but black people can sure as hell survive without white people. I'm telling you, look, he mad now. This is a bunch of BS. See, again, when you guys come up on the short end of the stick, now you're getting your feelings. But when black people come up on the short end of the stick, we're just supposed to take it, and that's what it is. Man, come on, that's a subhuman behavior right there, man. You know what I'm saying? That's a subhuman behavior. But watch this. Since y'all want to keep screaming 1350, now watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Y'all come back every day. At least hit the subscribe button. All right? Hit the like button, subscribe button. Y'all come back every day. Y'all don't think I see my analytics. Y'all don't think 67% of y'all show up every day. Every day. Why not hit the subscribe button? Because you're coming anyways. But watch this. Watch this. They don't believe it's true. Watch this. I play this every time.
So as black people as a whole, I feel like it's only right that we all come together and coin a new term, black obsession. Throughout all of history, it seems that racists have a very strange obsession with black people. Now in 2025, every other day there is a new example of this. Recently, a white man went to an all-black barbershop to discuss his black fatigue. I did a video on my second channel already breaking down all of the false statistics and fallacies, but I will say this, he walked out of that barbershop alive.
Wait a minute, I gotta respond to this fool. Where he at? Where's fool at? Oh, y'all done got that. Oh, hold on. Where that fool at trying to bro, I'm black, we'll show by our own people. Bro, I'm not African. Unless you're African, I'm not African. I'm not African. I'm indigenous. I'm from here. I have an Indian ancestry. I'm not an African American. I'm an indigenous black American. I'm FBA, foundational. So no, my ancestors didn't sell me into slavery. My ancestors didn't sell me into slavery. We were already here when colonizers arrived. Now, if you're African, then if your ancestors sold you, then you would have been in Brazil, Haiti, Jamaica, or the Caribbeans. You wouldn't have been here. You don't know your history. You're indoctrinated. You're indoctrinated. What you're trying to say is when Africa took part in the slave trade, they was doing it with the Arabs first before the white Europeans even came. So it's the Africans doing slave trades with the Arabs, and they were selling other tribes out of Africa. That's not my people. That's an Africa problem. That's why Africa owes reparations. You need to learn your history, buddy. You need to learn your history, my man. That's an Africa problem. That's not a me problem. I'm in America. You need to learn your history. Well, that's what some of them slaves landed too from Africa. Less than 4% came here. Less than 4% came here. The bulk of them went to Brazil. You need to learn your history. You need to learn your history because you are letting these same W people I'm talking about convince you of where you're from and you're believing it, but you believe that they're from here because they call themselves Americans when they're really Europeans, Italians, Germans, Russians, Sicilians. You come on, man. See, you're indoctrinated. You're indoctrinated. You're indoctrinated. Real talk. This is foundational. Foundational. You letting somebody convince you a freaking African American. If that's the case, they're European American, German American. They're all of that. Canadian American. No, I'm American, homie. I'm American, homie. There's no such thing as white. What is your lineage? You're a white what? A white Italian? A white Irishman? A white German? A white what? A white Britishman? A white what? White is only used for population, to be the majority, so that you can maintain white supremacy. So that you can maintain white supremacy. By you saying you white, that's like a black Haitian, a black Jamaican, and a foundational black person saying, oh, we black. What type of black are you? You're Haitian, you're Jamaican, you're American. What type of white are you? See, that's how you beat white supremacy, ladies and gentlemen. See, they say we play with words. It's how they play with words. There's no such thing as white. Racist people invented white so that they can maintain white supremacy. At one point, y'all didn't consider Italians, Germans, Irish people, none of them, Asians, to be white. You had your Asians and your Japanese and all the Chinese in your concentration camps. White people did that. Irish people were indentured servants. White people did that. You know what you did to the Italians. White people did that. You know about the Holocaust. White people did that. What type of white person are you? What's your lineage? Huh? That's how you kill that white supremacy right there, y'all. You got to call them out on their BS. Ain't no such thing as white, because you just can't say black. Black what? A black Cuban, Afro-Latino, black Puerto Rican, black Mexican. What is it? What is it? Black Haitian? Black Samoan? No, y'all can't get it like that, man. See, y'all can't wrestle with someone who's intellectual. I see through this. I study this all the time with y'all. All the time. All the time with y'all. Now, the very people y'all oppose who you didn't consider white, now all of them are part of your groups of white. They're grouped into being white to maintain white supremacy. But let them Italians tell you what you did to them. Huh? Let them Jewish people, the Jewish family, the Jewish community, go down the line of what y'all did to them. Let the Irishmen speak up. Huh? Let the Japanese speak up. Let the Asians speak up. Let the Native Americans speak up, the Siberians. Let them speak up the way we speak up. But now all of a sudden, everybody just white. That's why racism is reserved for white people. That's why it's reserved for the white community. Because all y'all come together in unity just to be hateful. Just to be hateful. Y'all are sit here and holler black, black, black. Black what? Now you sit here, I'm white. You're a white what? White what? Huh? Are you white and Jewish? Huh? Are you white and Canadian? Are you white and what's the word I'm trying to think of? Starts with the A, y'all. Starts with the A. Starts with Australian. White what? Because when you identify with white, you're basically just saying you're part of white supremacy. Black people, we delineate. We're telling you exactly who we are. Foundational Black Americans, ancestors of Black indigenous tribes that was here when colonization got here. We're telling you exactly who we are. We're not just saying black. So who are you? And the reason you don't want to say exactly who you are is because you know you will be identified as an immigrant. You know, no matter what, you were not here. Which means if you actually identify by your true culture and your true lineage rather than just saying white, then you're telling us that you are an immigrant and you're really not an American. So stop calling yourselves Americans. That's how that goes. That's how that goes. My pronouns are sir and your pronouns is bitch. How about that? My pronouns are sir and your pronouns is bitch Neanderthal. How about that, Matt Thomas? Y'all get him out of here. Y'all get him out of here. Y'all not gonna keep doing this. Just like you keep talking about black, 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 black. When we talk about white people, y'all want to holler per capita. You got to look at the percent. No, we don't. No, we don't. Because y'all group all blacks together. All y'all say is the black community, 1350, black community, 1350. That's all y'all say. But when it's y'all, oh no, that'll be the moderates. That's the white liberals. That's the white moderates. No, that's white people who can't be accountable, who can't tell the truth, who just can't heal and make things right, who would never understand because they are used to benefiting from the blood, sweat, and tears of everyone else's sacrifices except for their own. Except for their own. And I'm being straight factual. Again, this is why black people can't be racist, but white people can. White people to come in here and call black people all kind of EBT and SNAP recipients, blah, 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 knowing that they lead the way in EBT and SNAP recipients. But then as soon as you put them on the line and prove them wrong, now they're going to holler per capita. How did per capita help Charlie Kirk? Because y'all took him out of here too. Huh? How does per capita help all of y'all that's catching all them S crimes and doing this to your children, women, and your pets? Because it's documented in the 2019 FBI crime database. It's documented. Why aren't y'all talking about that? The same numbers, the same chart and the same stats that had 1350 showed that 2977 in your community. But you're not talking about that. You're not talking about that. Who's unaliving all these schools? Huh? Who hates people just because they're Muslims? Who hates people just because they're Islamic? Who? 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 But y'all won't have those conversations. Y'all won't have those conversations. Real talk. So if every white person identifies who they really are, they're basically telling you they're not from here. They're identifying as a colonizer and an immigrant. But yet, it's like a group of insurgents, y'all. It's a group of, you're not white. What's your lineage? A white what? A white what? Don't say white American. White what? No, don't kick them out. I really want to talk to them. I want to see if I can get through to some of them. I want to see if I want to separate the white folks from the white people, man. We know how white people act. Everybody knows how white people act. You know what I'm saying? Even Iran knows how white people act. That's why Iran was ready. We know how they act. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to see if we can get through the white folks, man, because white folks can't be the ones that want to be identified with these crazy white people, man. Alicia, you're good, folks. Do you want to be identified with the crazy people? Alicia, can you answer that for me, sweetheart? Because we're not just American. Because we're not just American. And you're not just white. Thank you, Alicia. Thank you. Thank you. But see, when I call them out, look how humble they're getting now. Why can't we all just be Americans? Because y'all don't let nobody else be Americans. We got to be African Americans. Why can't y'all be European Americans, Italian Americans, Canadian Americans, German Americans, Russian Americans, Australian Americans, You got Mexican American. Hey, everything that's melanated, y'all hyphenate and put American behind it. When y'all are the biggest immigrants here, identify. What is your lineage? What is your lineage? What is your identify? I'm not saying anything wrong. Identify, because you're exactly what you're calling everyone else. You're not American. We can prove you got here by boat. Less than 4% of those slave ships that left Africa landed here in North America. Less than 4%. We were Indians. We were Indians. We know about the sophisticated original tribes here. We know about the tribes. FBA family know about the tribes. Yeah, we were Indians, goofball. Yes, we were, goofball. Yes, we were, goofball. Always got to prove them wrong. So what do you think the Dawes-Rose Act was about? What do you think the Dawes-Rose Act was about? The Choctaws, the Chickasaws, The Muskogee Creek Indians, the Black Cherokees, and the Black Seminoles were here before colonization. Who the hell are you talking to, you uneducated idiot? You uneducated idiot. And you made them prisoners of war and shipped them out to be slaves in other countries. And then you went to Africa after you started running out of Indians everywhere. There were Black Indians everywhere, even in Brazil. You started running out of Indians and you went to Africa behind the Arabs, and then you started buying other tribes out of Africa too. Yeah. And that's how all those Africans wind up in Jamaica and Haiti and the Caribbean, and the bulk of them landed in Brazil. You really need to learn your history. Y'all get on here and perpetuate lies. Y'all get on here and perpetuate lies. I just told you history. I just told you history. You can look up the same thing I'm telling you. The Arabs did it first with the Africans. Then the colonizers came in by, I think it was the 3rd century. I think it's like the 3rd century. Then the colonizers came in and started doing the same thing. Oh yeah, I'm giving you facts. I'm giving you facts. So we're not African. We were already here. Like I said, we were those Indians. And I called them right out. We were those Indians. We know about the $5 Indian Act. Do you know about the $5 Indian Act? We know about the Homestead Act. Have you read about the Homestead Act? We know about the Eraser Act. Do you know about the Eraser Act? We know about the United Daughters of Confederacy rewriting their history books to make the white Southerners look like they're just flawless, perfect people. And that's why those history books only pick up from slavery when it starts talking about Black slavery, Black history. But also, before that happened, you left out of those history books that the Black Moors had went and built banks, streets, schools, taught pre-algebra and algebra, saved Rome, saved Europe. Yes, they did. And they were Islamic. So from 711 up until 1492, Black people was ruling. It was called the Dark Ages. Learn your history. But no one wants to admit that. But you can't refute the truth. And I'm giving it to you. I'm giving it to you. Why don't y'all talk about that? Why do y'all hate Islamic so much when Islamic saved the day for y'all? They didn't colonize and conquer y'all. They saved the day for y'all. Saved the day. You know why them banks exist? Because them Black Moors did that. You know why mathematics exists? Pre-algebra and algebra? Because them Black Moors did that. Built schools, built roads, built banks, bought structure and a surplus to bring Europe, Rome back up. Don't act like y'all don't know in history that Rome did fall. The European nation did fall. Those Islamic Afrocentric Moors showed up from 711 to 1492. And you know what? Everywhere them colonizers went, those Black Moors went too. They came here, they went to Spain, they went to Brasilia. Matter of fact, after they left Europe, they went to Spain. Because they had to save Spain. Then y'all done got to Spain and ran Spain in the ground. So now they coming behind you to save Spain too. But you won't talk about that. You won't talk about that. And I'm giving y'all facts. I ain't said nothing racist yet. I haven't said anything racist yet. I'm giving you straight facts. Where do you think those banks come from? The Black Moors did that. Research it. The fall of Rome, they had to go save Europe. Research it. The Black Moors did that. Look at your banking systems now. Huh? Look at your banking systems now. That was those Moors. Yeah. But y'all want to come in here being racist, man. Y'all want to come in here telling you're spreading false information. You don't know your information. All you know is the white lies this country perpetuates. That's all you know. That's all you know. Yeah, I tell you to research it. I don't want you to take my word for it. Go validate and educate things yourself. You know what I'm saying? Go validate those things yourself. Real talk. They big mad. J-Dub, I go through this all the time. They can look this stuff up. Yes, I could play it right here for them, but I'm not gonna do their homework. I ain't making no money off them, man. That's why I'm not really reading no comments or nothing. Normally I interact with the whole chat. I'll interact. If your name is Blue, I'll holler at you. I'll pay attention to your comment. But unless I see Blue pop up with a question or a comment, it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. Because they can't take the truth, man. They cannot accept the truth. And it makes them look so juvenile. It makes them look so juvenile. Again, black people can't be racist because black people never did any of these things to harm any freaking culture of people. But when the truth starts coming out about the racist, then the racist want to try to call somebody else racist. The oppressor tries to pretend to be the oppressed, or they'll say some idiotic stuff like, stop playing victim. Well, stop victimizing every damn body. You know what I'm saying? So stop victimizing every damn body. Certified salute, FBA Convo. What's up with you, brother? What's up with you, brother? Just another day in the lab, man. Just another day in the lab. I'm waiting on the sun to come up. You know what I mean? I'm waiting on the sun to come up to get some of these doggone vampires out of here, man. It's like a replay of Sinners every day. It's like a replay of Sinners every day. You know what I'm saying? We're just a replay of Sinners. Yeah, that's what they do. See, they don't like the truth, y'all. They do not like the truth. And I don't understand that. I don't understand it. So because we went and learned real history, watch this, y'all. Watch this. There was no black Indians, right? I'm a fool. See, they didn't want this to come out. Y'all don't think we know about Walter Plecker? Y'all don't think we know about reclassification? Let me ask you racist a question. Why are we the only group of people in this country that you seem to constantly always reclassify? Huh? Y'all won't even classify yourselves now as what type of white individuals you are, but you're busy trying to reclassify someone else and tell someone else who and what the hell they are. Mind your business, stay in your damn lane. Huh? Mind your business, stay in your damn lane because the same rules apply. The same rules apply. Y'all quick to want to tell somebody else who they are, like you know their grandparents, like you know their great-grandparents, like you know their DNA and their lineage. You look at a black person, you just think Africa, Africa, Africa. That's dead ass wrong. When we look at a white person, we just can't think Europe. We just can't think Europe. Y'all from other places too. You're from other places too. But see, you're slick about it. You want to hide behind the title of white rather than identifying with your lineage. What is your culture? What is your origin of white? A white what? A white what? No, my people did not sell each other ignorant. My people was already here. FBA, Foundational Black Americans. FBA, we were already here. Again, you're trying to imply that I'm African. I'm not African. Ain't shit in Africa got nothing to do with me, homie. Ain't got nothing to do with me. That's a whole different type of slavery, a whole different type of government. Right here is where we started. Less than 4% of those slave ships. See, you white people really got to stop lying about your history. Stop lying in your history books. Less than 4% of those damn slave ships touched here in North America. Less than 4%. A bulk of them, the majority of them, landed in Brazil. Right now in Brazil, there's a city called Little Africa. Right now, all of them are walking around with Kenyan accents. Kenyan accents. Y'all don't know what the hell you're talking about. Y'all look at a black Cuban and tell a black Cuban he African. And that man Cuban as hell. All you see is black. So you're prone and programmed to think African. See, that's your racism. You're steady trying to identify us. So identify. Who are you? Fool, Africans sold other Africans into slavery. Fool. They identified by tribe, not by color, dummy. So as long as they weren't in the same tribe, they did not consider themselves the same. So they sold other tribes in Africa, idiot. Goodness gracious. Y'all just regurgitate all this stuff you hear racist white Americans saying. You don't even take time to do your own research. Goodness gracious. Jamaica in the house. What up, Jamaica? What up, Jamaica? Don't worry about what I am. What are you? Johnny Herrera? Herrera? I already know what you are. I already know what you are. Herrera? I already know what you are. See, why won't y'all identify? I'm putting you on the spot right now to identify. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting you on the spot right now to identify white people. Since y'all want to be white and group this white, when that's a false thing. That's just to maintain white supremacy and control, entitlement, and privilege. Identify as white, and that makes everything right for y'all. Now, what are you really? Because you're not just white. What are you? Okay, we got English right here. So we know that you are an immigrant. But thank you for identifying. Thank you for identifying. What type of white person are you? Because if y'all start identifying like this, then you'll realize that the same people you're subscribing to and hiding behind to maintain white supremacy did it to y'all dumbass at 1.2 before they let y'all in the white group. Facts. Facts. Before they allowed y'all to identify as white, they treated y'all like non-whites in history. Yeah. Yeah. But now you don't want to identify and talk about that because they don't finally let you in a group of being white, and now you're receiving the same entitlements. You're receiving the same privilege, right? Huh? Because the world smiles at you because you're considered white now, right? And that's better than being black now, right? But when you research your whole entire history, the origin of who you are, you'll realize that these same demons did it to y'all as well before they let you in the white club. Yeah. Facts. 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 What's up, Boston Bill? That's why y'all want to identify. Black people, FBA, that's why they always want to hide behind white. That's why they always want to hide behind white. There's no such thing as white. There's no such thing as white. White racist colonizers invented that term. There's no such thing as white. Huh? No such thing as white. Say who you really are. Say where you're really from. You're only identifying as white so you could benefit from everything that white America has gained from the slaves and off the backs of blacks. That's all it is. That's all it is. I get on here and I tell y'all the truth. You know what I'm saying? I tell you, I don't want your wallet, fool. I got my own wallet. Ain't shit in your wallet I want. I don't want to be you. I love being able to walk out there in that sun. You know what I'm saying? I love being able to walk out there in that sun with that sunscreen. You know what I mean? I would never identify as white. Never identify as white. Mm-mm. I can't never identify as white. No. Try using y'all brain. You're mad because intellectually I could run circles around you. Y'all have a very low IQ. You have Arctic temperature IQ levels, man. Antarctic temperature IQ levels. That's how low it is. That's how low it is. I'm not rage baiting anything. I'm telling you the truth. I haven't said anything mistruthful yet. Identify. Stop hiding behind white and identify. We're telling you who we are, foundational Black Americans. And watch this. Y'all want to say there was no Indians. Watch this. Watch this. Here we go, y'all. Here we go, y'all. Here we go. See, I told you, white people always speak up, but they don't know their facts. They don't know their facts. They don't know their facts.
If you think Native Americans were the first here, but you're still curious about hidden histories, then buckle up for a revelation. Let's dive into the untold history of Black American Indians. Before the Siberian migrants crossed the Bering Strait, Black people were already thriving here. Yes, you heard that right. Early civilizations, older than many African ones, left traces from South America to the southwest US. The Olmec heads in Mexico, definite African features. Fast forward to the Dawes Act of 1887. Non-natives paid $5 to be recorded as Native American, erasing the true indigenous Black people from history. Their identity was changed from Indian to Negro to colored and finally African American. Why erase them? Colonizers needed the land, and rewriting history made it easier. But the truth, Black American Indians were the original stewards. It's time we revisit history with fresh eyes, like share and subscribe for more hidden truths. If you think Native Americans were the first...
Oh, darn. Oh, darn. Oh, darn. I thought I sounded like a fool. Oh, you're saying that was AI? Oh, that was AI. Look it up yourself. Okay, I'll give you a human being. Want a human being?
You mean to tell me during the 1800s, American Indians were reclassified as Negro and colored? Then during the 1900s, they passed a law that identified non-reservation Indians. So if you didn't move out west, they reclassified you as a Negro. So if you didn't go on that Trail of Tears, then they gonna reclassify you. Shit crazy. So we was called color and Negro all the way up until the 1960s, and then black. Remember, our grandparents told you when that shit first came around, those was fighting words. You couldn't call them no black. Complexion, it's clearly brown. Then in 1989, we were reclassified as African American.
We called it Jesse
Wait,
Jackson.
hold on. There's more. Looking at. Then in 2016, Obama, who's by the way not an American Negro, his lineage comes from Kenya and his mother is a white woman, eliminated Negro Oriental from federal laws and everything, now replacing it with the misnomer African American. But you seen in the video, in the beginning of the video, I showed you that American Indians were reclassified as Negro and colored, then to black, now African American. Y'all not fucking low, man. Just know we fuck.
That was AI too? Oh, now this on. Shut up. That man showing you documents behind you. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. I just told you. Google the Racial Integrity Act. Google the Dawes-Rose Act. Google Walter Plecker with the U.S. Census from 1790 on up through the 1800s. I'm telling you where to go. My heart ain't pounding at all. I'm telling you where to go to find it. I'm telling you where to go. Google the $5 Indian Act. You heard him say the Trail of Tears. Dummy, go to ChatGPT and look up the Trail of Tears. Y'all motherfuckers ain't paying me to look this for y'all. Educate your own dumbass selves. I'm giving it to you. I'm telling you where to go. Ain't nothing nervous about me. What I'm nervous for? Y'all don't scare me. Y'all don't scare me. And y'all the ones coming up short in this whole damn debate. You know what I'm saying? Y'all the ones coming up short in this whole damn debate. Not me. Not me. Y'all. Not me. I'm telling you where to go. You trying to provide source. How many times I got to provide the source? Look up the Racial Integrity Act. Look up the Dawes-Rose Act. Look up the $5 Indian Act. Look up the Eraser Act. Look up whitening. Look up Blackimento. Look up the Trail of Tears. Look up the Homestead Act. I'm telling you what to do. I'm giving you the sources, idiot. You just don't want to do the work, idiots. Goodness gracious.
End of story. Unless you can prove that you were related to Pocahontas. Wealthy white and
Gaza is at a tipping point. The adults who are malnourished today will die.
End of story. Unless
maybe y'all believe me if I show you somebody who look like you saying it. Maybe. Huh? That's still showing you documents. Huh?
Wealthy white.
Listen, nothing about me is professional, homie. I never told y'all professional. Huh? I'm good as hell. I'm returning the same energy. I'm good as hell. But I'm successful as hell on YouTube. I'm good as hell. Huh? So you have lack of accountability. Don't try to come in here and develop a psychoanalysis of me. Look at yourself. Huh? Look at yourself. I done told you everywhere to go. I done told you everywhere to go. I done told you everywhere to go. Everywhere. It's not my fault your thumbs and your fingers don't know how to spell and coordinate on whatever device you're using to look these things up. I've told you time and time again where to look. I've told you time and time again where to look. Give me just a minute, sweetheart. I'm live, okay? All right. But I've told y'all time and time and time again where to go look. Y'all just don't want to do the work. Y'all don't want to do the work. That's what it is. You're lazy. You've never wanted to do the work. That's why you always needed other people to do the work for you. I told you we've been living around you our whole lives. We know who you are. You know what I'm saying? We know who you are. You're going to use anything and anyone to get the work done to keep you from doing it. I'm giving you the sources, so go do the work. Huh? Go do the work. Natives are, yeah, they came through the Siberian. Yeah, they're not real Native Americans. That's why they're called Native Americans and not indigenous or aboriginal. Think about it. That's why they're called Native Americans rather than indigenous or aboriginal. Since y'all like wordplay, we are indigenous. We are aboriginals. Y'all are not, and they are not. Yes, yes. Someone's speaking the truth right here. North American Indians have Asian ancestry. They're not North American Indians. They're Siberians. Get that right, and then you've nailed it. If you get that right, then you've nailed the truth. They're not North American Indians. They were imported in after we were made prisoners of war, the indigenous black Indians, and then they imported in the Siberian Indians and made them Native Americans. They're not North American Indians. We ain't never been to Africa. We ain't from Africa. How long you been out of Europe? How long you been out of Europe? See, that's what I'm talking about right there. So you identify vampire. That's what I'm talking about, right? Y'all cannot tell the truth. That's why we take to social media and we're putting our truths out there because y'all not going to tell it. That's why our children are going to take y'all children through hell. And y'all not realizing this. Y'all thinking by lying, you're protecting your children from being victims. Just because you're lying to your children don't mean we're lying to ours. Our children know the truth. So they're going to victimize your damn children any damn ways. See, y'all don't think this type of stuff through. You only think for yourselves. There's a residual effect to everything. For every action, there's a reaction. Y'all are walking around here thinking that we are uninformed and we don't know. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are thinking we don't know. We do know. We do know. So keep living in your delusion. Because if you want to protect your children and protect your essence and protect your investments, then start by telling the truth. That is the only way to heal America, period. That is the only way to bridge the divide. It starts with understanding and it starts with a healing process. It starts with you guys learning to be accountable. You saw what just happened to Venezuela. You saw what just happened to Iran. And Israel and America are all white, and they shouldn't have had a damn thing to do with what the hell is going on with Iran, knowing that there's stuff going on right here in their own country they need to fix. But they busy trying to monopolize and colonize other countries for their resources. Don't that sound familiar of a colonizer? Don't that sound familiar of a specific group of people? That wasn't trade, that was strong arm robbery. That was not trade. That was strong arm robbery. That was colonization 2026. A failed attempt, but that was colonization 2026. There's only been 16 years of this country's existence that they have not been in some type of war. Think about it. Only 16 years out of this country's existence that they have not been in some type of military campaign against somebody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. And think about it. There's only 8 places that them colonizers didn't colonize. Only 8 countries, y'all, that they didn't colonize out of 100 plus countries. Think about it, y'all. Look at the contribution they made to their own lineage of evil. Look up these facts. It's only 8. And China, and I think China was one. And China. I know China was one of them. I forget the other 7. China, I want to say Asia, Japan. It was definitely one of those 2. But there's only 8. I just looked at the list. There's only 8. There's only 8. So look at how y'all went out of y'all way. 100 plus different countries, continents, that y'all went out of y'all way, leaving your indigenous land to go conquer and bring war and death and disease and famine and lies and a white Jesus? Come on, man. Come on. Come on, man. Come on, man. So it was Asia. Right. I'm telling the truth about everything I'm saying. They just can't handle the truth. I ain't said nothing racist. Everything I've said has been completely factual, and it can be backed up. It can be backed up. Everything I've given y'all have been completely factual. I tell y'all all the time, the lies should have quit when the internet hit. The lies should have quit when the internet hit. Simple and plain. Y'all thought because a bunch of your Confederate daughters got together and rewrote the history books on the United Daughters of Confederacy Act that we weren't going to find out the truth? That you can just keep whitewashing and indoctrinating our children in these white public schools with all this white history? Huh? And y'all thought the black parents, who are the first teachers that our children have in life, y'all thought we weren't doing our job in teaching ours the truth? Every day our children come home, we're debunking the lies that you taught them in your indoctrinated white supremacist school system, man. We're debunking it. We're putting the truth out there. That's why TikTok is damn near gone black. TikTok is full of history. I take it you racist white people stay away from TikTok because y'all don't like the truth. Y'all lied about everything. You even stole the damn Confederate flag. You stole that. You stole that. When the Moors was at, I don't want to keep using the W word. When the Moors were battling a certain group of Indians that was here, Native Americans, so to speak. Yeah. Y'all stole that from the Native Americans after the Moors defeated them. Yeah. Y'all took the 2 little symbols out the middle of it. I forget what it was, but it's a little circle, and it had 2 little symbols on the inside. Y'all can look this up. It had 2 little symbols on the inside. They stole that flag. They stole that design, took out that little circle that had the 2 little emblems on the inside, and all they did was add more stars in it. Y'all, those stripes and that X and those stars was already in that flag. It was already that color when they stole it. All they did was remove a little design out of the middle and add more stars in the middle where the design was. And they stole it, and now they're using it for a Confederate flag, y'all. I'm telling you, I do this. I do this. I'm not lying. 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 I'm telling the truth. They can't tell the truth. I have no reason to sit here and lie. They can't tell the truth. Everything I've said has been completely factual, and they can't handle it. They can't handle it. I don't understand. I wasn't lied to as a kid. I knew exactly who I was. I saw pictures. I saw pictures of my Indian families and ancestors. Y'all used Jesse Jackson as a token N-word to reclassify us for the last time as African American. Now, let me tell you what you guys don't know. Yep, Indian. You know what? Let me go ahead and get this to y'all, man. Let me go ahead and get this to y'all. Y'all acting so surprised, man.
Has Carrie texted you back?
Y'all know
I
this
don't want to
stuff.
talk about it.
Y'all knew this stuff before us.
How's the math
Why
test?
y'all acting like this?
Don't want to talk about it.
You need to talk to somebody.
What if I told you that
Everything you've been taught about who Black Americans are is incomplete. Not slightly off, not misunderstood, but fundamentally wrong. Because if the identity you were given was the result of racial reclassification, then that means that millions of people today don't actually know who they are. And today we're not speculating. We're going to discuss the history, the documentation, the evidence. You see, I've got a very, very special guest who's going to be joining us tonight. Some of you already know who he is. Some of you guys, this will be a first-time introduction, but the name of his YouTube channel is UBTV. And he's been breaking down ancient Indigenous Black American history, challenging narratives, and bringing forward information that most people were never taught. Now, this is not a surface level conversation. Tonight, we're talking about identity, origins, reclassification, and the question that's going to make a lot of people uncomfortable. Were Native Black Americans actually indigenous to this land? So before we even get started, I want you to do something. Everybody in the chat right now, let me know, where do you believe Black Americans come from? Africa? Indigenous to America? Both? Are you not sure? Drop it in the chat right now. And before we bring up our honored guest, UBTV, for those of you that are unfamiliar with his work, I want to play you guys a quick clip so you can get a slight introduction.
What happened to the Maya? Some people claim that the Maya never left and are the people still living in the old Maya-occupied territories. However, the most common theory is that they were wiped out by the Spanish, mostly due to disease. But is there any chance that some of the Maya could have relocated? There have been reports that stated that some of the Maya did relocate to Guatemala after the fall of the Mayan Empire. But is there a chance that the Maya could have relocated to the north end of the Gulf Coast? Specifically around Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, or Florida? Because apparently there are some very strong cultural connections and even strong archaeological connections, especially at the Crystal River site in Florida, where Mayan hieroglyphics were found and a cache of other Mayan artifacts buried in a Temple Mound complex. This mound complex just happened to be constructed with a similar layout, design, and astronomical alignment to Venus as the Mayan complexes in the Yucatan. But this isn't where the connections end. Many of the places and names associated with Florida, Georgia, and to a lesser extent the Southeast are Itza Mayan in origin.
Which makes it Indian. Now, we've already covered the fact that a lot of people you know of Native Americans right now were imported. They came from Siberia. So who were those Mayans? Now, if you let white history tell it, you're going to get his story. But if you actually do the research and you see how dark those Mayans were, they look just like us. Christopher Columbus said when he got here that he saw what? Woolly-haired, copper-colored people holding gold-tipped spears. Gold-tipped spears. Those people became prisoners of wars. Once they made it to the plantation, after the pencil in the hair, little thing they used to do, they put a pencil in your hair, whether you was Indian or not. If the pencil stuck in your hair, you were called and reclassified as a black person, a color, or an N-word, and you were sent to a plantation. Once you got to that plantation, you were not called an Indian anymore. You were called a N-word or color. If they put the pencil in your hair and the pencil fell out of your hair, then they classified you as white or mulatto. They let you go. Come on, man. Y'all got to know your history. Y'all got to know your history. I'm not lying about nothing. I'm telling you the truth. Look up the pencil test, fool. Look up the pencil test. Look it up.
Especially cities, mountains, and rivers. The Itza Maya language was one of the last variations spoken during the fall of the Mayan Empire in the late 1600s. Itza Mayan words of places and names that may sound familiar are names like Tallahassee, Muskogee, Petiche, Okeechobee, Appalachie, Etowah, Catawba, Chickamauga, Tallulah. Any word with Hoochie or Hatchie is of Itza Mayan origin, meaning creek or shallow river. Rivers like the Tallahatchie, the Chattahoochee, any river.
And they were black Muskogee Creek Indians. I told you that. See, y'all just can't be accountable. You won't tell the truth if your own white Jesus told you to do it. Y'all Christians are some liars, man.
With a Hatchie or a Hoochie, or even a Coochie for that matter, is of Itza Mayan origin.
Come on, now you see why I regard Ubi TV as a national treasure when it comes to revealing this hidden history. I mean, it wasn't until I started watching his content that I realized not just our indigenous roots in the Southeast, but the cultural parallels and the cultural continuity between Southeastern tribes and the Maya, the Olmec, those tribes from the Caribbean, Central and South America. I hope that you guys who have not checked out his content definitely go over to his channel, like and subscribe. This is where you can find him on YouTube, UBTV. And without further ado, let's bring up the man of the hour. How you doing, brother?
Peace, peace. Thanks for having me, man. Happy to be here.
Yeah, thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. Before we get started, why don't you give the folks a quick introduction for those who aren't familiar with you? I know a lot of folks already are, but
let's see here. UBTV. My name is Uriah Brandon. I originally am from North Carolina. I have been doing.
I gotta get up out of here, but I am gonna read this comment. Now watch this. Watch this. See, when people start to identify, then you can get into their history. Now watch this. I can't pronounce that. I don't want to mess your name up. Right, rich. I can't listen. I can't say that. They said Asians weren't given human rights in America till 1932 cause of it. See, truth are coming out. Truth are coming out. Now, what did America do to Asians? Huh? What did America? What they couldn't colonize it, but they still hated on you, right? They still hate on the Asian people. Now watch this. To this day, Asians aren't considered white. Till this day, Asians aren't considered white. Huh? Till this day, Asians aren't considered white. Real talk. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Over here in America, Asians are considered white. They can mark Asian, but if they want that white privilege and want to belong to white supremacy, they mark white. Yes, they do. In America, yes, they do. There's not a lot of Asians that actually mark that Asian box when they have to identify. There's not lots of Asians who mark that Asian box when it's time to identify. Lots of them mark white. Lots of them mark white. Yeah, if you're tired of it, get your ass up out of here. I don't recall inviting you in. If you're tired, change your history. Stop coming up on the wrong side of the history. But with that being said, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and skedaddle. I gotta get up out of here, and I will be back on your necks again. I will be back on your necks again, because I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Y'all vampires gonna learn today. You know what I'm saying? I see what you put there, Lily, and I see what you did. You know what I'm saying? I never told you I don't believe in God. I believe in the Most High. And I have the right to believe what I want to believe. Fuck your Jesus. Huh? Let me get to you just like that. Fuck your Bible. Fuck your Jesus. And let me leave you with this. Fuck you too. Uh-huh. Yeah. Now, y'all know what to do. Get your one-on-one. Get your one-on-one. Get your one-on-one with the real indigenous, internal, spiritual Most High. Y'all know, because you got the Most High in you. You got to get up and make it happen for yourself rather than waiting on somebody. You have the conscience to make the right and the wrong decisions right here. Y'all, W people, know what you're doing is wrong. And if you really believed in the real God, the real Most High, and you were actually good people, then you would make it right, starting right here. Don't come in here and tell people Jesus loves you. Jesus was evil just like y'all mother suckers. Ashe.